want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. That's a direct order. Do it now.
He's been put down, ripped off, cut open. Now, he's unleashed. The American insurgency starts now. This is Rusty Humphries, Rebellion Radio.
Well, hi and welcome. How are you? My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. We are being powered by the nice folks at Right Wing News. You can also see us on Liberty One TV. And today we are sponsored by a couple of great sponsors. One is the Hear Me Out app. The Hear Me Out app. What is the Hear Me Out app? Well, it's an app I suggest you get on as soon as you possibly can. Why? Well, it's kind of cool, actually. It's kind of like Twitter, but I talk. You could talk up to 42 seconds, and it's not being censored. Conservatives are not being censored. And if you would please follow me on the Hear Me Out app. If you follow me on the Hear Me Out app, we're giving away a prize of a $100 gift card to Amazon, and we'll be giving that away in the next couple of days. But you have to go and download the Hear Me Out app. Once you've downloaded the app, put it on your phone. Only it works on your phone, whether it's iPhone or an Android. And then follow me, Rusty Humphries. And then just type in on any of my posts, or do a post of your own, and just do hashtag Rusty. Hashtag Rusty, and that will put you in the drawing. Okay? Would you do that for me, please? And then we're also brought to you by thetoymaker.com, which is a great website. If you've got kids coming over for Christmas, all you do is you download the toys right there on the computer. And it's not very expensive, and it's really easy to do. Just go to thetoymaker.com, find out more of what they have, and you can also get free toys there, and sign up for the newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter and see what kind of deals they'll get you. Okay? Very simple. And that's it. Let's get to work. Okay, first of all, let's say hello. And then I'm going to give you a quick tip on what not to do on an airplane. Number one, you don't want to do this. Number two, has the Me Too, hashtag Me Too thing finally gone too far? I thought they'd gone too far a while ago. They crossed the line. And then I'll tell you about my review of Star Wars. And, Jingle Bells is racist. Yeah, Jingle Bells is racist now. Let's see who's there. Check in if you would please. Tracy's checking in from Illinois. Hello, Tracy. Chester is there. Ludum is from Lakeland, Florida. Velissa is saying, hello. Hello, Velissa. Vernon's in Delaware. Pearl is in South Carolina. Betty's in Texas. Kristen from Minnesota. Elizabeth is in Kentucky. Mark is in Washington State. Bad thing happened in Washington State. Of course, you've all heard about the train derailment in a place called DuPont. DuPont's right by Fort Lewis. And, I mean, right across the street even. And that accident happened 3 miles from Fort Lewis, maybe. That's where my parents met. So Fort Lewis has a special place in my heart. I've spent a lot of time there at Fort Lewis. It's a wonderful base. My brother used to live in DuPont. A lot of military guys live in DuPont, so a horrible thing. And there have been casualties. The left just has been hell-bent on getting trains and more of high-speed rail. I hope it works. I do. But there's some old track there. And we're going to get into that in a little bit, too. Rick is a proud deplorable from Pennsylvania. Karen is from Molalla, Oregon. David is from Lima, Ohio. John is from Fort Wayne, Indiana. How you doing, brother? Tiffany's from Florida. Toy is from Texas. Floyd is from Harrisburg, Nebraska. Home of the Outlaws Ranch of Harrisburg. I do not know what the Outlaws Ranch of Harrisburg is, but I'm sure it's awesome. Dennis is from Bay City, Michigan. Jeff is from Marshall, Texas. Nick is from Modesto, California. Kyle, hey, Rusty from Benton Harbor, Michigan. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, brother? Pearl says, that's crazy. Joyce is a deplorable from Kentucky. Teresa is from Maryland. Sandy says, yep, they're crazy. They're all crazy. David's from Michigan. Wendy is from South Carolina. Set up here. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Get my Next shot ready. Want you to be ready. Wendy, let's see. Melanie is from New London, Connecticut. Patricia is a deplorable from Gwynville, Indiana. David's from Llewellyn, Nebraska, next to the Oregon Trail. How you doing, brother? Gavork says, your teeth are racist because they are too white. I'm sorry that I have racist teeth because I'm too white. My teeth are too white. Okay. Tara Lee's in Arizona. Mary is in Pennsylvania. Ken is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Lori's in Houston, Texas. And she's telling Gary that you got to see this. And by the way, if you have not given some thumbs ups or some hearts, shared the video, now's the time to do it. We have lots going on today, and I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to see it. I'm only going to do 3 shows today, this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm off maybe till the end of the year. We'll see if maybe the next week, but the 22nd, 21st, I'm off. Christmas, I'm going to spend time with family. Okay, we'll get some more. Lee says, why aren't we angry about the FBI and ready to take over and force by millions? Okay. Jonathan says, yes, Me Too has gone way too far. Jingle Bell isn't racist. Okay, I'm just telling you what the stories are. All right, I'll get more of your comments in a minute. Thank you. Keep them coming, though. Keep them coming. David used to listen to me back in the Reno days. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Okay, so why do I think that the Me Too thing has gone too far? Well, a new person has been accused of sexual harassment. No, I'm not talking about the judge in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. I'm talking about this guy. Yep, Gene Simmons has now been accused of sexual harassment. The guy from Kiss. Now, let's just start off with, and it's from a DJ, a female DJ. Isn't it basically if you don't get sexually harassed by a guy like Gene Simmons that you'd be upset? It's not like we're talking about the Pope. We're not talking about a lawyer or a politician. We're talking about Gene Simmons, the lead singer from Kiss. Okay? I mean, let's be honest here for a second. Now, ladies, I want to know from you. Okay, when you start accusing Gene Simmons from Kiss, at what point do you go, okay, everybody, I guess, is now open? Again, I'm not saying Gene Simmons is the swellest guy in the world, although I've been reading he's got a couple of business books out, and they're actually pretty good. But let's be honest here. It's a rock and roll DJ, female rock and roll DJ, and it's Gene Simmons. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say. You can say, "Oh, you're not understanding her plight." Guys, it's Gene Simmons. It's Gene Simmons. I mean, how much lower do you got to get before you say? I mean, it's like, wait a second. Rockers might sexually harass somebody? What? It's just like Al Franken when he was a comic. Wait a second, a guy from Saturday Night Live might be sexually harassing a woman? What? Louis C.K.? What? I mean, I'm sorry. I definitely support, we don't want sexual harassment. But wasn't that back where it was sexual harassment is in the workplace and it makes it so you can't get a job? I thought that's what it was. And now it's about, I don't know anymore. Here's what the story on Gene Simmons is. Let's just read it a little bit here. Again, I am not defending Gene Simmons, but I am saying if you're a female and you're in the rock world and you're hanging out with Gene Simmons, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to say it's Gene Simmons. You know what I mean? I mean, give me a friggin' break. Okay. Let's take a look at the story, and we'll see what you have to say here. Okay? So, Gene Simmons denies sexual misconduct. Here's a lawsuit. Let's play the TV report, and so you know exactly what it is we're talking about.
Gene Simmons is being accused of sexual misconduct at a San Bernardino restaurant. A civil complaint was filed in L.A. claiming the Kiss bassist groped a woman at Rock and Brews last month as she interviewed him. According to the complaint, he touched her throat and buttocks inappropriately while she sat on a couch to talk to him. The radio and TV broadcaster also claims Simmons turned her questions into sexual innuendos.
What?
Her attorney says she doesn't want any publicity. She just wants to make a statement that the behavior is unacceptable. And tonight, Simmons released a statement in response to the accusation, saying, in part, "For the record, I did not assault the person making these accusations in the manner alleged in the complaint or harm her in any way. I am conferring with my lawyers with the aim of vigorously countering these allegations, and I look forward to my day in court where the evidence will prove my innocence."
Okay. First of all, he's not wrong. I'm sorry. Okay. So according to the woman, Simmons made unwarranted sexual advances toward her while she was interviewing him at his Rock and Brews restaurant in Highland, California. Of course he did. It's Gene Simmons. Again, if you don't want that stuff to happen, you don't go and hang out with rock stars. Guys, am I wrong here? If I'm wrong, please tell me. I mean, I certainly I don't like the idea that he made unwarranted sexual advances towards her. But of course he's going to. It's Gene Simmons. All right, let's see here. Oh, Troy says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not that familiar with basketball." Let's see here. Cora is, see, Juan says, all my, Mary, let's go back. Who's the basketball player that slept with thousands of women? He's not accused yet. That was Wilt Chamberlain back in the day. Mary says, I hate this world. It is too crazy. Juan says, all my skeletons are now dead. That's why they're skeletons. Ooh. Cora's from South Africa. Merry Christmas. Jingle bells all the way. Thank you, Cora. Mary says they asked for it. You know, again, I don't want to say, they asked for it. But I do want to say, again, when you go into certain situations, I mean, you could come in and start off as saying, Mr. Simmons, listen, I know it's your act to be crazy and a rock star and to hit on all the women. I'm not into that. So if you don't mind not doing that with me, I'd appreciate it. Or maybe saying that in the interview. But taking a rock star to court over misconduct, I mean, good luck, I guess. I don't know. Dennis wants to know where Motley Crue's girls are. And Dale says, go Gene. Mary thinks it's lies. Another Mary wants to know if he's still with his wife. Last I heard they were still together, but I don't know. Jessica says, well, at least it's recent, not from 30 or 40 years ago. Don says, he's a rock star. What do you expect? John thinks money, money, money. That's what most of this is about. Isabel says, I can't imagine what to think of White Christmas. We're going to get into why Jingle Bells is racist coming up in a minute. Carol says, I think a lot of the victims are groupies and we're asking for it. Chester is doing a lot of preaching on the page. Listen, Chester, I believe in Jesus and I'm a Christian. I don't do a religious program. I'm not a religious scholar. I guess if you want to keep posting on the page, you can. I don't think it helps the cause. It's like when guys get up there with bullhorns in the side of the street. Jesus is coming. Admit your sins. Jesus is coming. I'm a Christian, and I go, that guy's a nut. I just don't see how that helps. That's me. All right, Diane does not think that I am wrong thinking that Gene Simmons, that this case is silly. Kevin says, the dude is a rock star. He's a rock star. That's the MO of all rock stars. Yes, in comics too. I'm not trying, and by the way, the latest is I'm hearing Al Franken's thinking about not resigning. Democrats are going, maybe you shouldn't leave. Now, they've already named somebody in his state to replace him, but I called this from the beginning, from the very beginning. I still think Al Franken is going to run for president. I think he actually might be the Democrats' nominee, and I don't see him giving up his seat that easily. We'll see. If he does, you watch. It will somehow turn around and be a benefit to him running for president. That's what I think. I think the reason why they tried to take him out was that Schumer and other Democrats who wanted to run for president wanted to knock him out as fast as they could. That's my take. It's all about money. No, I'm not wrong. Rusty, I rock. Thank you, Charlie. Why the presumption of guilt? Good question. Okay, let me do another one just for a moment. This is what you should not do if you're flying on an airplane and things aren't going your way. I know a lot of people are going to get on an airplane in the next couple of days. This is something you should not do. Just a little tip from your friend, Rusty Humphreys.
I have a destination for this. I have a destination for myself, and I need to go there. I swear, if we don't fucking land, I will fucking kill everybody on this fucking plane. I will kill everybody on this fucking plane. I will. I will.
Okay. Little tip of the day. Do not yell on an airplane. I will effing kill everybody on the plane if you don't do what I want. I'm sorry. That's just... Don't do that. What are you thinking? What is this idiot thinking? I'll bet you $100. $100. That woman is a far left-wing liberal. But how can you say it, Rusty? What do you mean? I'm saying it because a chick like that, the world revolves around them. And when the world revolves around them, you watch 9 out of 10 times, it is a very active liberal. You watch. I'm just saying. Let's see. Was that Rosie O'Donnell? No, it was not. It's like purposely standing in the middle of a busy freeway but crying foul when the driver hits you. Stay away from rockers if you don't want to be hit on. Yes. Al Franken for president. We might as well have Bill back in the Oval Office. It'll be just as profitable. Oops, one of my lights just fell over. I don't look as pretty now. Here, let me just pot this up a little bit, this one, and I'll fix the other light later on. Okay. Nutcase. Studied to be an astronaut in high school, just there taking up space. Attention-seeking arse. Yeah, she lost it completely. Yeah, so anyway, that's just a tip from Rusty today. What not to do if you're flying and you don't get in your way. I used to spend a lot of time in that Atlanta airport. Did you see that? Went out. How long was it out? Like 6 or 7 hours? Now, here's my question for you. Okay. That there's the busiest airport in the world. Right before the Christmas holiday. So between you and me, there are some people that are suggesting that it could have been terrorism. That they're not giving good enough explanations on how all that power went out in that big old airport. And so I want to see from you, thumbs up, yes, I think it could be terrorism. Anger face, no, that's dumb. That's dumb. Why would you even suggest anything like that? That's just silly. Okay, so thumbs up if you think it could be terrorism. Anger emoji if that's just, what are you, an idiot for bringing that up? I'm curious. I'm getting a lot of thumbs ups already. I'm getting some laughters too. Hey, if you think it's funny and stupid, yeah, go ahead and get the laughter out there too. A lot of people are saying, I'm not seeing anybody thinking that it's not terrorism, possibly. That's kind of surprising. I'll be honest, I probably would have hit the angry emoji saying, I don't think terrorism. I think there's a lot of coincidences, but I have a hard time believing terrorism. But that's me. I'm curious what you think. All right, lots of thumbs ups. Jenny says, just when you think people can't get any dumber. Troy, seriously, Gene hung out at the Playboy Mansion. Of course he hung out at the Playboy Mansion. Everybody in Hollywood hung out at the Playboy Mansion. Everybody did. Come on. Let's see here. William says, if it were terror-related, the power would not have been limited to the terminals. Air cargo and general aviation were not affected. 30 years ATC background. Okay. All right, now we're starting to get some people now we're getting some angry faces and some laughs. I'm just asking the question. I don't know. Patricia said, I thought it was caused by fire, but maybe. Valissa says, someone said it was hackers. Vicky says, that's what I thought, because why on earth would the whole place go out? Matthew says, probably. Maybe they're trying to get our attention. Could be. Randy says, or Barry says, it's a Die Hard remake. Could be. Randy says, someone's trying to explain to me that they're just words. They have no meaning. No matter what happens in an emotional state, they're just words. Words don't hurt anyone. Okay. Troy wanted to see if it was a test, if they could get away with it. Mary wants to know, how old is Gene Simmons? I thought he would be slowing down by now on a change of subject. Gene Simmons has got to be the late 60s. Wanda thinks we're going to have a lot more terrorism going on. Terry thinks, I think the terrorists are testing the waters in quite a few of our venues. Rick thinks it could have been a terrorist, but it could have been a million of other things. Carol says they'd like to take out our power so close to the holidays. Mm-hmm. All right. By the way, another person, and I'll get the jingle. Everybody's going about Jingle Bells. I'll get to Jingle Bells in just a second. By the way, have you shared the video yet? I wish you would do that. That makes a big difference. And your comments and your thumbs ups and your emojis all make a big difference. Your comments are great. I really appreciate them. All right, one more person got accused of sexual harassment, and he's stepping down. This one doesn't bother me one bit. Ninth Circuit Judge Alex Kaczynski. Who? Yeah, this is one of the head. He was for a while the head of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. He's been 30 years on the worst appeals court in America. He faced allegations that he showed clerks porn, improperly touched women, and kept a chart of his college sexual partners. Now, this is one of the ones where I start getting a little bit bothered. He held movie nights. He did a bunch of stuff. Born in 1967 in Romania, blah, 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 blah. But okay. Here we go. This is where it starts bugging me just a little bit, and I want to know what you think. So, in 2008, it was reported by the Los Angeles Times that he kept a private server that contained porn images that could be viewed by the public. They asked for an investigation. He was admonished for being careless, and that was it. Okay? But it goes way back. There was another story. 1987, he hit on some girl. 1987? Guys, I was still in college. Do I got to worry about 1987? Again, this guy was a douchebag and a terrible judge. And by the way, I did not know this. I thought there would be like 9 guys on the Ninth Circuit Court. What is the number? It was like 27 or something. Like 7 of them are going to go down. It looks like Trump's going to be able to overturn 7 of them. Oh, I printed it out. Here we go. Where's the story? He had a candid way with male and female clerks. Law professor, blah, 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 blah. He was the chief judge in the Ninth Circuit Court from 2007 to 2014. He's known for his irreverent opinions, and his clerks often win prestigious clerkships at the U.S. Supreme Court. His retirement leaves 5 seats open on the Ninth Circuit, with 2 more judges already announcing their intention to retire next year. You think, wow, that's pretty awesome, because Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, that one sucks, and we've been trying to get some conservatives in there. Listen to this. Even if all those judgeships are filled, however, Democratic appointees will still maintain a healthy majority on the court with a 17 of 29 seats. 29 seats on the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. Did you know there were that many? I had no idea. I had no idea whatsoever. All out trying to liberal each other, huh? Oh, I'm more liberal than you. No, I'm more liberal than you. Oh, I'm more liberal than you. Oh, yes. Is there going to be a government shutdown? Does anyone know anything on this yet? It does not look like that's going to happen. It looks like they're going to get stuff passed. And the latest, of course, they're using the tragedy in DuPont, right outside of Tacoma, saying we need to have more infrastructure, billions more infrastructure. Didn't Obama do that with the shovel-ready jobs? Wasn't the biggest government expenditure in history that was supposed to fix the economy, which it didn't? Wasn't that all supposed to be for infrastructure jobs? What the hell happened to that money? I mean, what am I missing here? I don't get it. Jingle Bells racist. I saw this story. Here we go. You really want to hear this one? It's just silly. But they're now taking it legit. All right, let me get some more. Let me get some more of your comments, and then I'll get the Jingle Bells thing. George says, clean up the DOJ. I agree. We need to clean up all of these departments that are just infested with Democrats who have political agendas. I don't care if you're a Democrat and you're in government, just as long as you don't take your political agenda and try to shove it down everybody else's throat. We all have political opinions. That's okay. But you can't, if you're in the government, allow those political opinions to take over your thinking when you are working in a bureaucratic job. You can't do it. Or in an investigative job. You can't do it. It's wrong, and those people need to be fired immediately. Clean house, Mr. President. Drain that damn swamp. That's what I say. Michael said a girl touched him in 1976. It's been that long, huh? Sorry about that, Mike. George says the Democrats have no plans for us other than resisting the duly elected administration. Their influence is waning. Their petty protests and incredible hypocrisy is pathetic. They are feeding on each other like rats as their ship sinks. The Democrat Party is dead. We'll see. All right. Michael Miller, don't call me. Nutty Ninth Circuit for nothing. Head in the sand. Obama never helped us. He gave our money to terrorists, says Robert. Well, he certainly gave the money to Iran, and that is affecting the world in a negative way. Barbara wants to know what shade of lipstick I'm wearing. I'm not wearing a lipstick. I just have naturally rosy lips. I don't know what it is. Could be I have some chapped lips or something. I'm not even wearing chapstick. But thanks for axing. Bill says, if Jingle Bells is racist, then I'm racist for cutting down a tree and climbing on my roof to put up Christmas lights. Okay. Let's look at why Jingle Bells is racist, shall we? Because I saw this story, and I don't get it. But I'm going to take this one from The Root, which is a left-wing, far left-wing, Afrocentrist publication, and we'll see what they have to say, shall we? Here we go. Sorry, Santa, Jingle Bells has racist roots. We all know that the third stanza of the Star-Spangled Banner is racist. And the children's song Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo is also suspect, but a Boston professor is now saying Jingle Bells might as well be called Jungle Boogie. Really? Jungle Boogie? This is how far they're going. Should be called Jungle Boogie. Jingle Bells. Okay. All right. His theater historian, Kira Hamill, did discover that the beloved Christmas song has racist roots. Hamill, a lecturer at Boston's University Curriculum and Theater Programs, traced the history of Jingle Bells to try to definitively settle its origins. Two cities, Medford, Massachusetts, and Savannah, Georgia, have laid claim to the song. Now, before I even get going, if it has racist roots, which I still don't buy that it does that mean we're not allowed to listen to it anymore, sing it anymore? And if we are we racist? Okay. Let me keep going. I want more of your comments. Kaylin says, shut up. Kevin says the holiday is about, let's see. I'm sorry, I got a little lost here. This is our focus. Cindy says this professor learned through Common Core program. Zeb says they're demolishing Christianity at the root. Their agenda is. Yes, okay. I don't disagree with that stuff. But if we don't expose these things and we let it go, if you allow the other side to control the story, control the definition, to control the narrative, then they own it. And if they own the narrative, then they win. What are you talking about, Rusty? Well, let's talk about the homosexual agenda. They took the rainbow. They own it. The word gay used to mean happy. They took it. There are all kinds of words that we no longer think of as we used to. Heck, even the word fascist. The definition has been changed by the left and accepted at face value. So if we don't fight back and demolish their idiocy, they win. I wish it wasn't the case, but it is. Okay. Dennis says, well, people can just turn it off if they don't want to listen to it. That's not the agenda. The agenda is to remove it. Start thinking that White Christmas is racist. Jingle Bells is racist. Then Christmas is racist. And then so on and so on. Kaylin says it's not going to happen. Get a life. Really? Try being a baker and saying you don't want to bake a cake for a gay wedding. Try thinking that gay marriage should not be legalized. There's all kinds of things that have happened that, again, you either allow them to take the narrative and run with it, or you stop them. Christine says, well, when they dig into Amazing Grace, it'll be racist just the same. In due time, it's coming. That's right. All right, here we go. Let's find out what she said. What she found when this and by the way, when you read this stuff, it's like she's stringing together words that make no sense to get combined. It's just, well, they're big, so they must be good. We'll just put them all together. Here we go. What she found, she published in a paper earlier this year. The story I must tell. Jingle Bells in the minstrel repertoire. Was that Jingle Bells was originally performed in blackface in a minstrel show? Oh, and the song's author, James Lord Pierpont, didn't write it in Medford? I don't have to define the answer to where Pierpont sat down and wrote the song. Hamill, who lives in Medford, said in an interview with Boston University today. But, and this is where my town is going to be mad at me, It was absolutely not written in 1850 at the Simpson Tavern in Medford. Blah, 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 blah. The first time the song was performed was at Boston's Ordway Hall on September 15th, 1857, in blackface. As the song One Horse Open Sleigh, Southerners claim that Pierpont wrote the song in 1857 in Savannah, the city in which he died in 1866. Okay. So, in the 1800s, it was acceptable to have actors paint their faces and perform. Heck, the first sound motion picture, The Jazz Singer, starring Al Jolson, he did that in blackface. The problem we have is we want to make everything in history be acceptable today. Every mistake, everything that we've done differently. Well, they should have known back in 1857 that in 2017 we were going to not like that. They should have known. And so because of that, we need to wipe it out from history. I find that scary, don't you? Don't you find that just a little bit, I don't know, wrong? Isn't it? I mean, at some point, don't we say, okay, we've learned our lessons. We've learned from history. And so we're not going to sing Jingle Bells in blackface anymore. I don't know about you. I've sung Jingle Bells a lot of times in my life. I'm 52 years old. I've probably sang it 1,000 times. I don't know. I've never once done it in blackface. Not one time. Not one time. Matter of fact, I never even thought of singing Jingle Bells in blackface. Did you? Back to the story. Of course, conservative news outlets, I guess that would be including me, like Breitbart and Fox, said that yet another liberal was trying to take Christmas away from the good Christian white people just by being historically accurate. Breitbart even reported that Hamill wanted Medford to cancel its annual Jingle Bell Festival, which Hamill strongly denied to the Boston Herald. I never said it was racist now. Nowhere did I say that. Boy, I'm seeing it in a lot of other publications, in a ton of other publications, saying that she said it was racist. Only in the publication that supports far left-wing causes does she say it's not racist. Interesting. You can't handle the truth. She continued, I did not write the article to make people upset. At no point have I ever made a claim on what people should or should not sing at Christmas. It's obvious that some people can't handle the truth. Written by Angela Helm, a contributing editor at The Root. Who de cap fit, let them wear it. And that's what she wrote. Who de cap fit, let them wear it. Okay. Valerie wants to know, what is blackface? In entertainment, they didn't allow black people to entertain for a long time. And so if they wanted to have an actor look black, they would paint their faces black. I'll show an image. This is one of the most famous ones. I believe this is Al Jolson. Again, it was the first. Al Jolson was the most famous man in Hollywood for years, one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, and he did the first sound movie called The Jazz Singer. And what blackface looks like is this. I mean, if you ask me, it kind of looks stupid. There's nothing about it that's interesting or entertaining to me. But that's what they used to do. I mean, that's just historically, they didn't have black people as entertainers, so they dressed up white people like black people Do I think that was awesome? No. It happened. And I guess the history we don't like, we just erase. Bury. But they should have known better. Yeah. Let's see. Barbara says, by this time next year, you won't be able to say Merry Christmas. There will be no mention of Christ's birthday. Dear God, what has happened to our beautiful country? The day that God takes his protection from us, we will be in big trouble. Have you noticed there are very few Christmas shows and songs this year? You know, I'll say I have heard Merry Christmas a lot. I have heard Christmas songs quite a bit. Songs about Christ. So I've actually been feeling kind of good about it this year. And, you know, maybe I'm just looking for it more. I don't know. Could be. Let's see here. Oops. Terry's checking in. Teresa's there. Hey, guys, how are you? Let's see. Janet says Hillary and Bill went to a Halloween party and she had a black painter face. Yeah. That was a long time ago. Have you shared the video today? Do so. And also, would you also do me a favor if you haven't done it yet? Would you please? And I'm asking you nicely because it's so important. One of my sponsors is an app that I believe you should download. It is an app called Hear Me Out. Hear Me Out. Hear Me Out. And it is an app that works on your phone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android. And basically, you can see these different people when they put up stuff. It's like Twitter. You follow people, as you follow me. And instead of 140 characters or whatever the characters are on Twitter, you get 42 seconds. I get 42 seconds to tell you the story of the day. And it might be something funny. It might be interesting. I'm writing a song. I've got a song that I'm singing called Hanukkah Rock. I'm doing it on the Hear Me Out app because I just don't think there's enough songs for my Jewish friends. And if there's going to be songs about, you know, Frosty and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I think my Jewish friends need a song like Hanukkah Rock. And I will do one also during Ramadan. Because if my Christian holiday can be, bent a little bit, I think everybody else's should be celebrated in a happy way too, huh? So anyway, Hanukkah Rock, I'm singing on the Hear Me Out app and more. Just follow me on the Hear Me Out app. And if you would, when you post yourself, say anything you want, or post on one of my comments, put the hashtag Rusty, and you'll be eligible for a $100 gift card that I'll be giving away in a drawing from all the people that have entered. And like almost 3,000 people have done it. So that means the odds are good for you. They really are. So go to the Hear Me Out app, do it on the iTunes Store, the App Store, or the Google Store, wherever you get it for Android, and download the Hear Me Out app and follow me, Rusty Humphreys, and it would be awesome. So, yeah, here's the Hear Me Out app. And I do suggest you go and you can listen to it in drive mode. And some of it, it's a lot of, I'll be honest. Right now, it's a lot of kids. And this is one that I've talked to the owners. They've assured me they are not going to censor our comments. So this is an app we can actually have an impact on. And if you join and I join and our friends join and we encourage other people to join, maybe we can have an app like Twitter or Facebook that's good, where conservative voices can be heard and not silenced and censored. By the way, Twitter has censored a whole bunch today. Today, they censored a whole ton of conservative voices. Do not allow them to get away with it. Find the Hear Me Out app now and do it if you would, please. Let's see. Bill says, who cares about an outdated form of entertainment? Is everyone this thin-skinned anymore? Good gracious. Take a deep breath and grow up. Thank you, Bill. Charles says, Merry Christmas, everybody. Valerie says, Jingle Bells was supposed to be a Thanksgiving song. I did not know that. Kenneth, so how is Jingle Bells racist? According to a Boston University professor, The song was created for some kind of a musical, and it was done by people wearing blackface, and because of that, it's a racist song. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just reporting. I report, you decide. Here's another racist thing. This one I hope happens. I really, really do. Colin Kaepernick is trying to join P. Diddy, and they want to buy the Carolina Panthers after the owner agrees to sell his team following racism and sexual harassment charges. Sean P. Diddy wants to buy the Carolina Panthers and sign Kaepernick as a free agent quarterback who's suing the NFL for allegedly colluding against him. Basically, what P. Diddy's saying is, you know what? My good pal, Colin Kaepernick, is such an awesome dude. I want to buy a team so that I can get him on there and prove that he's the right guy and he's not racist at all. Please, do it. Spend all your precious little dirty money, P. Diddy. Spend it all. Colin Kaepernick sucks as a quarterback. He'll destroy your team and take your riches with you. Good for him. Hire him right now. Go buy the team. Go do it right now. I'm so sick and tired of these whiners. Let's see. Yeah, that song you sang needs work. Sorry. Thank you, Randy. Randy saw my Hanukkah rock song on the Hear Me Out app. I've got a couple of more verses coming. Kenna says, are you kidding me? I'm not going to say hi to anyone. I'm scared. Jerry's painting her face black right now. Don't do that. Kenneth says rap music is racist. That kind of music should be banned. Mary says, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you, Mary. I wish you a Merry Christmas, too. Kenneth says, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Marilyn says, jingle bells all the way, all the time. James says, what's up, Rusty? Great to see you. Great to see you, too, James. All right. Anything? Patricia wants Colin Kaepernick to drop dead. Mary says, I've never Twittered. How do you do it? Don't Twitter. Don't waste your time. Go to the Hear Me Out app. You can talk. You don't have to type. You get 42 seconds. It's a long time, and you can get a lot of stuff in there. Okay? Go do that. All right, so. Reese says, the P. Diddy Panthers. All right. I think I'm about done. Do me a favor, if you would, please. Go to the Hear Me Out app. The Hear Me Out app, and download the Hear Me Out app. And follow me, Rusty Humphreys, on the Hear Me Out app. And I would really, really appreciate it. We have to make sure that we have good apps and good social media that is not going to censor conservative voices. Hear Me Out app is not going to do it. Go to the Hear Me Out app. Hear Me Out. Go download it. Follow me, Rusty Humphreys. All you do is type in my name. On my picture, there's a little plus sign. Click on that. And then on any one of my posts, or if you post, do hashtag Rusty, and you'll be in the drawing for $100. Okay? Do that if you would please. Also, thetoymaker.com. Another great place I wish you would go. These are wonderful people that have created nice toys that you just download onto your computer and print them up for the kids. And if you're not quite sure what to do with the kids for Christmas, they're coming over to the house. You don't want them to be bored. They do all kinds of stuff on here. Lots of stuff for Christmas. Here's Christmas right here. And you could just download it, pay. It's only a couple of cents, and you download it. They can color it, and you can put them together. And there's lots of neat stuff. Or you can get something for Hanukkah. There's lots of Hanukkah things there. And there's also a lot of cool stuff for Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa. So anyway, go to thetoymaker.com and sign up for their free newsletter, if you would please. And I think you and the kids will like it. All right, go do that if you would please. Sung it last night while taking a light tour around the city. That's Gino talking about Jingle Bells. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to work for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm going to take some time off with the fam. And I hope you do too. But until then, I'll be here tomorrow night and the night after. And also, I'm going to do some special Christmas podcasts that I'm not going to do here on Facebook or on Liberty One TV. I'm going to deep way back in. I found some old Disney, the original characters doing old-time radio shows for Christmas time of like Pinocchio and some other stuff. And I'm going to get some all old-time Christmas programs and put them on my podcast in the next day or two, so you can, drive over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house. Wait a second, that's not racist, is it? Anyway, and you're driving the car, you can listen to old-time radio shows. I love those, especially the Christmas ones. You can find my podcast, The Rusty Humphreys Rebellion, at iTunes and Stitcher and iHeartRadio and any place you get great podcasts, okay? I want to thank my friends at Liberty One TV. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I want to thank my friends at thetoymaker.com. Don't forget to go and sign up for the newsletter and see what kind of great toys they have for you and the kids. Also, the Hear Me Out app. Go. Have you signed up? Have you downloaded it and followed me yet? Do it now. Don't wait. Don't forget. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No, you won't. You'll forget. But you're going to enjoy it. I have a lot of fun. I update a couple times a day. And it's always something fun or interesting, okay? Or breaking news. Hear Me Out app, download it on your phone, and find me, Rusty Humphreys. I want to thank the nice folks at Right Wing News, and that's it. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. May God bless you, and may God bless America. My name is Rusty Humphreys, and this is the Rusty Humphreys Rebellion. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, I really do. If you're still there, give me some thumbs ups. Because you stuck around. Give me some thumbs up or some hearts. I like the hearts. I do. Christy's going to go to Hear Me Out. Good, Christy, you rock. Bye, Valerie. Bye, Jim. Merry Christmas. You sure smell like flowers. See you later, everybody.